Weedle in Hebron, Nebraska. This is my salon, Essence Hair Studio. I am a Surface artist. Surface is high-performance, salon-exclusive hair and skincare that completely respects your personal health and the earth. There are 5 haircuts in the world. Trends are an exaggeration within these 5 haircuts. Working with the Surface system inspires creation and enables recreation. It's great when you're working with other Surface stylists or stylists within your salon. You can communicate what you did to your guest through haircutting, texturizing, technique that makes the guest happy to see a different stylist or just helps you remember what you did to make that guest happy. We are going to go over the second haircut today, which is the Freedom haircut. It is a long layer haircut. We see a lot of this. There's several different ways that you can make these layers look. What we're going to do today, we're not going to use very many tools. All I'm going to use is my grip clips, my TK comb. I will have to use 2 just for sectioning, and we're going to use the titanium razor. So what we're going to start with here is we're going to do a piecing technique. So we're going to move these back sections. We're going to part them into 5 sections. I like to twist just a tiny bit to keep them out of the way, but then when we go back, we'll pinch them. So you're going to have 5 sections in the back, 1 on each side, possibly 2 on the heavier side. But on the mannequin, we certainly only need 1 on a side. So you start in the middle, and you bring it down, and you pinch it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to belly under the right. I'm going to hold this like a dart. That's the easiest way for me to remember. Then I'm not gripping it too hard. They also say a pencil if that helps you, or a spoon. I prefer a dart. So we're just going to belly through the right, belly through the left, break up that edge. Then I move left to this section, belly under the right, belly under the left. You could possibly take length off if you wanted to. This guest, she likes her length. She wants more movement and more layers. So now I'm moving to the right. I am again gonna belly out the right, belly out the left. Now, when I get over here to this left section in the back, I'm only going to belly out the right. And the reason for that is we're getting into that nape area and we're getting into the red zone behind the ear. So all the way from behind the ear here to the bottom side of the nape, if we took too much out right through here, we could easily have a hole. So we're gonna leave that hair there. There's other ways to texturize there later if we needed to, if we still thought it was heavy after we did the layers. So I'm going to come to the right side, finish up on this last section over here. So we're just going to take a little out of the left, right there in the red zone. Now when I get to the side here, same thing as the red zone. We're going to take 1 section, we're going to pinch, and we're just going to bubble that out. Now on the side, you could take 2 sections here. This mannequin, I want to just leave all this hair out so I can use this later. So I'm going to pinch. I'm going to bubble that out there. Very nice, breaking up that end. Okay, so now we're going to start working from the top. I'm not very tall, so let me move my girl down here. Okay, so we're going to start in the black zone. So how we find the black zone is we find the high point here, and this is so perfect. This is such a great comb. It balances so nicely. So you can find right here, oh, yep, that's my high spot. So this is going to be the front of the black zone. You find the back of the black zone by meeting both those combs. So this is kind of where the magic happens for this haircut. This is where our guide is going to be for the rest of the haircut. Everything kind of comes from here. Get this parting just a little bit better. So we're going to move this into 3 sections. So the green zone is this little area here, or the black zone is this little area here. And I think of it as just like a little bit of a smiley face. And I cut it into thirds. The main section here we find right here in the top. It's going to be no thicker than your razor, so we're going to decide how long do we want these layers. I think I want them just above the chin, so that's a great length. So I'll bring that up, spine to the hair, rock up. You can take that hair off, just depending on how thick the hair is, how much you want to shatter that. We're going to take our next section and we're going to go directly up from the head to where it lives. So we're not going to bring it forward to meet this. We're going to come back and move our guide. There again, no wider than the razor. Oh, we're already getting movement here. So then we're gonna move, we're gonna grab a little piece from that. We're gonna do 2 sections down here. They're not quite as thick. In the corners of this black zone, you're gonna just slightly move so that you are right behind it. When I'm cutting, depending on the density of the hair and condition of the hair, I like to either use the Trinity Protein Tonic as my cutting aid, or I will use the Protein Cream Trinity. Awaken also has the Awaken Mist, which is nice also. So, as you can see, we are going to move forward now into the green zone. So, I'm going to work from the left side because I'm right-handed. If we look down, so this is going to be the green zone, from ridge line to ridge line, and then from the top of the black zone. We're going to get her a little more wet. She has very fine hair, not in the best condition, so we're going to use the Protein Tonic. All those amaranth proteins get her hair a little stronger. So I'm going to find our ridge line. There it is. We're going to pull about a ½ an inch up from that black zone. So that's going to be our guide moving forward. Now with this green zone, we're going to make sure we stay palm to palm. So here we are, we're taking from the left side. I'm standing on the left side. So what we'll do, you can hold that again like a dart. Hold your razor. Just going to take that out from short to long. We're going to do that all the way across. If the hair is, or the head is a little larger, the green zone is a little larger, you don't want to go past that second knuckle. So you can pick that hair back up and keep going with it. We're getting kind of close to the ridge line over there on the right side. So we'll double check here. Oh, there's our ridge line. Making sure we got a little bit from that black zone. We can meet up with our guide. And there's our guide, and there's our end. Now, if the hair was a lot thicker, you could get a little deeper there, but this is very fine hair, so we want to just do a nice, light shatter there. She is a left part, but already those layers are coming in nicely. What we're going to do is we're going to leave about a ½ inch off of that ridge line so that we can blend the green zone and black zone into the blue zone. Okay, we have this parted out of the way. Now we're going to start with our layering as we come to the back. We're going to start here in the red zone. You may not find any layering to take out, and that's okay. Don't go looking for hair. We are going to put some framing around the face, but don't go looking for hair to cut off. We're going to do a soft shatter. We want to make sure that we comb the base to the ends really smoothly. There's our line right there. We don't want to take much out. We don't want to cut hair just to cut hair. We want to leave that length. So there we have it again. Again, holding the razor like a dart. And as we move around, we have a red zone again here. We want to make sure that we don't cut any hair out of the red zone. Now, as we get back here, and we have the nape hair, we want to take one section to about the lower occipital bone. And we're going to shatter that out. Then we're going to take another layer from the occipital bone down to the nape. Got to find our guide again. You may not have hair to take out here either. There is hair right there. So we're shattering these out. Another option you could do is a descending layer, which would be knuckles to the head, and you could come in this way and it would all kick out. Another option would be concave, where we pull it up like this to start, and then when you come down here to the bottom section, knuckles would be to the head. Okay, now we finish our progressive layers as we've moved around, staying behind so we can follow the guide, taking a step all the way around, following the hair. Now we're gonna work on our framing. We always wanna start softer side, fringe, and then framing below the fringe. So the way we're gonna do the fringe with our freedom cut today, I really like this chin. So we're gonna come like right above, right in front of the ear, and we're gonna hold it like a dart again, or a pencil or a spoon, however you want, but we're gonna think of it as like a question mark. So we're gonna kind of come out and then go a little bit straight, just depending on how much length we have left. We don't want to take too much out. So we want to start here. So we want to see out. Oh yeah, that looks good. That works great with those layers. So we're gonna put a little fringe in now. We're not gonna go anything too extreme, but we are gonna put some fringe in. So what we'll do is, no matter if you want just a little bit of fringe, then I do one rock back with the comb. If I want a little deeper, I do 1, 2, 2.5, whatever you want. You can go 3 if you really want a deep fringe. I'm just gonna go 1, but it always ends up at this ridge line point there. So I'm going to bring this all to the side. I'm going to pinch it. I want it shorter here and longer on that side. So we're going to pinch it right here. We're just going to bevel it under. Get rid of that length up there. Add a little drama. So then we're going to take it to the side. Then we're going to grab that ridge line again. I'm going to pull it up. We want nice movement down here. So we're going to do the same as the other side where we really like that chin line. So we're going to go in there and make a C and then kind of straighten it out a little bit. So what that does is it takes a lot of that weight out through there. We're going to tuck it, gives it movement. Now if I pull this to the side and I feel like this is a little too heavy and I want this to kind of move back, what we can do is we can do a weave cut. And you can move it back this way. So we're going to do a little weave, no thicker than the blade. We're going to move that hair to come to the back. Just weave it in and out. We got a couple little hairs left. We're going to teach them to come to the back. But even though we added layers, we still want a little lift through here. So we're going to come back to that black zone. Again, we're going to find that high point. We call this framing the crown. It's kind of like invisible layers that we're going to put in here just to give it a little bit more lift. So what we do here is we go to that middle again. We find that bend is right there. We're going to go on top of that bend just a little bit. Just going to put the spine in just ever so gently, gliding that up. We want to leave the length, we just want to take a little bit of that fullness out where short hair pushes long hair. We want to just give it a little bit of volume there. And so we're going to do that in one more little section here. There again, keeping it where it lives, as wide as the razor. No wider than that. And go ahead and get your second 2 sections. Moving just slightly. So give it just a nice lift. We add a little jump mousse in this area. Those little sugars are going to just grab onto those little hairs there. So when I have a lot of layers in a style, a lot of times what I like to style with is the jump mousse for the volume. But then I also like to put the Awakening thickening cream in. It's so nice because it really thickens up those layers. What we don't want is those layers to look thin on the ends. So a lot of times I will suggest this to my guests before they leave, so that they know this is how we can get that thick layered look. So this is our Freedom haircut, all finished. As you can see, we have these beautiful layers. You would never know with that thickening cream that we had such thin hair here. So just to recap, this is the Freedom long layer haircut. We did the piecing technique through the bottom and the sides. We did the fringe around the front, bringing it over. We did the question mark shape, blending, framing the face. We weave cut out through the fringe area just to lighten it, so it wasn't too heavy. And then to give it a little bit more volume, we framed out the crown with our razor. So this is our Freedom cut. I think she looks pretty good. Thank you.